Hey guys, it's Michael Todd and welcome back to The.Cult.Of.Vintage. Today we are in Millroy, Pennsylvania, where there's a lot of mountains surrounding us. Yeah, I've never been here before. We are at the Antiques Mall of Millroy, Pennsylvania. We love a good description. So we're going to get in here, see if the hour drive was worth it. It looks it from the exterior. I will show you guys the exterior before we get inside, and here's hoping they'll let us film in here. All right, let's get inside. All right, guys, so here is the exterior. Like I said, it does look pretty promising, I think. I don't know if it's the entirety of the building or if it's just a portion of the building. We're gonna get inside and we're gonna find out what's what. Here's hoping. Alrighty guys, so here we are on the interior. I will say I do believe that this was a newer manufactured building because you could smell the wood. Like it smelled like fresh cut wood. I wanted to show you the ceilings. You know, it was very rustic. I think that it added to the overall aesthetic. I gotta say, and I'm just gonna say this up front, that I really did enjoy this. I enjoyed it so much that I had to split it up into 2 videos. And I think all raw footage just from the first floor was over an hour. So there was a lot of editing that had to take place. I really wanted to show you guys the things that really caught my eye. And the first thing right out the gate was that spun head cotton Santa. There is a made in occupied Japan Pixie vase. I've sold one of those in the past. These adorable mid-century angels, and I absolutely adored this little spun cotton snowman sitting on a basket with a styrofoam snowball. What more? I mean, talk about trashy. Trastastic, folks. Some beautiful figurines, and for the life of me, as I'm doing this voiceover, do you think that I can remember who they're by? I can't. I do believe they are Italian. I could be wrong. So we are going to head down a little bit further here. I was literally just here earlier today, but do you think that I can remember what's coming up next? Sure can't. We're exploring this. We're exploring it together. It's all brand new to me. Now I do see, of course, a sale, and I was seeing this sign a lot. Yeah, and this sad little pouty-faced doll head. How could you not? She was having a life. I mean, poor thing's missing her body. Now, I did spot this Art Nouveau mirror / lamp. I was crossing my fingers because I wanted it to be really cheap, because even though it was a reproduction and I could tell, I probably would have bought it. But at $175, it's a good price, don't get me wrong, but I have a lot of lamps. She would have looked beautiful next to my lady riding a horse, but... And we do see some black glass. Okay, black ceramic. Those are ceramic, I promise you. Lamps, $95 for this set was not bad at all. Definitely if you were in the market for black ceramic mid-century horse lamps. Now, I do actually collect, little known fact, Majolica tobacco, humidors. So gentlemen would put their pipe tobacco in those. I know it was $95. It was 20% off, though. That's not unheard of, especially for those. Those were some fancy poodles, weren't they? Now, the vendor had that marked as an Indian. It was not. And that's okay, you know. I guess the skin tone threw them off. And you do see the little Halloween, I believe that is Rossbro, the candy containers. Now this is the interior, to where the Art Nouveau and the black ceramic, I almost said glass, There's a lot of, it's very monochromatic, as you can tell. There was a lot of carnival glass, there was pink depression glass, there was some amberina. It made for a beautiful display. I definitely wanted to get it on video and share that with you guys. Again, pink depression glass isn't really my thing. We're just gonna check it out. It's like one of those things, like once you see that one thing, you're like, okay, what else do you have? And they had this. This is a gorgeous piece of Astoria glass. They are second only to Sabino in their opalescent glass. Now it was priced at $65 with, again, 20% off. That is a fantastic deal. That is one of those things that if I would have purchased it, I don't know if I would have been able to sell it, at least sell it immediately. There's just something very special about Astoria opalescent glass. And we are headed down a little bit further. That's kind of obvious, but you know. Oh, and then I spot them, and no, not the beat up old naked man mannequin, but first we're going to make a pit stop to this glorious mid-century lamp with fiberglass lampshades on them. Look at that shape. I do believe that you could bend those around, and it was priced at retro mid $95. Gorgeous. I wanted to get this so bad. I really truly did. I think it was only priced at $30. The stem on that terrifies me. Like yeah, I just didn't see the feasibility of it actually surviving in the mail. Now this is what caught my eye, and it is this pair of Bohemian vases. They're absolutely beautiful. The enamel work on them, or the hand painting, it looks like they've really stood the test of time. They are a larger piece. You don't often see larger Bohemian glass. They're typically much smaller. And then I see this, oh man, this is a regret. This is hand-painted Czechoslovakian. Beautiful work on it. Amazing condition. $50 is a fantastic deal on this. You often see like various sizes of vases, bud vases, brandy snifters. I've never actually seen a decanter before, and oh, it's green glass. Yeah. Now at this point, I did not bust out. I know you're shocked, you're floored, you're sitting down. I hope you're not passing out, but I did not, and we're gonna jump here. I did not bust out the UV light. These two figurines up top are by Florence Ceramics. Florence Ceramics, you guys, I think I've talked about them briefly before. It is a phenomenal company that really set the standard for mid-century figurines. This is Louis the 15th, 14th, I don't know. He is priced at, it was Marie Antoinette's husband who got beheaded. He was priced at $135. This is the gentleman, I forget his name. He goes with the set with, I believe her name is Lady Pompadour. He was priced at $85. Those are very fair collector prices. And then I do see this Art Nouveau style. It's very reminiscent of Ernst Wallace. It was priced at $27. Now I did peek underneath. I did not see a marking. I wanted it, but I left it. Look at these aisles, you guys. There was so much to see. Now keep in point, you guys. Keep in mind, at this point, I still haven't picked anything up, which means both of my hands are free because I have not found that first piece, so I cannot allow myself to get the basket. And then I think I find my first piece, this gorgeous iridescent on that green, and I got it into the, look at that, isn't it beautiful? It was $6.50. I said, oh, here you are. Look at the iridescence on that. And I set it down, and then I discovered, yes, it was cracked and chipped in two different places. It was such a disappointment. It was I don't know. Do I regret not getting that? A little bit, but not too much, because again, one thing that, it's one thing if it's ceramic or pottery, I probably would have picked it up. but being glass, and I know it's a bit odd, but broken or chipped glass, it freaks me out more than a ceramic does. Now here we do have a pink depression, is what I'm calling it, so far as tone and color. I did want to see if it glowed. It did not. Yes, I do have my flashlight. I mean, who would I be if I didn't have my flashlight? Somebody else, not me. So we're going to check it out. I really wanted to find another piece of that glass, but unfortunately, I did not. I will say there was a little bit, well, there was more than a little bit of new stuff throughout the mall. The vast majority was, in fact, vintage and antique goods. You just never know walking into an antique mall if what their rules and regulations are so far as their vendors, you know. You see those old phones. Do you remember when you had to literally stand by a wall and you couldn't move, you know, more than what, 4 or 5 feet? But if you were like extra fancy, you had one of those wrap cords that could let you go 12 feet. And then you would have to literally like wrap around and try to get 12 feet away from your parents to have a conversation, even though they could hear you quite plainly. Oh, look at this chalkware little sailor. Look at them eyebrows. Jeez. Talk about an Instagram look. Now I did see, and I knew he was a Rempel. I forget his name. Rempel did name all of their character sculpts, their squeakers, and he obviously there does have his stamp. Now the rubber on him was dried and tough. There was no give to him whatsoever. At $20, I don't know. There was no sale in this booth. I think if there had been a sale in this booth, I would have picked him up. I didn't like the idea of spending $20 at the moment because I very much am trying to be good, behave, so far as picking up things for my own personal collection and really making sure that I'm focusing on reselling. Because it's getting a lot out of hand. Well, it is out of hand. It's not gotten. It is. True confessions. Cult-of.Vintage style. Now, this vendor obviously had a tremendous amount of items in a very small space, so I definitely took my time as we were looking around here. And the first thing I believe that's going to catch my eye are these, like, the Kiwi bird egg cups. They're adorable, and I think they were priced at $12. Again, at $12. I was like, I don't think so. Or are they cranes? Are they cranes? Pelicans? They're long-beaked birds. That's what they are. And they hold eggs. That's right. A lot to see. So we're peeking, we're creeping, anything good. You know, there were some cute planters. That green ceramic horse planter, it was cute, but it was just not, I don't know, it wasn't saying take me home. Now I did see this Pixie planter vase. It is reminiscent of well, actually we saw it earlier. A made in occupied Japan one. This one was stamped made in Japan. So it was probably about 30 to 40 years later that one was made. And in the back here, I do believe that this is a Royal Copley. The red horse planter, it is made to, I believe, mimic more of a toy. And I was struggling to get the price tag out. $12. Again, not bad at all for a collector, but not where I wanted it to be for resale. Y'all are gonna freak out. So there were a lot of bluebirds of happiness. I decided not to get any. Now these were 91, I think like late 80s through the early 90s. And the reason is I've sold them in the past, and again, it's just like one of those things where I don't want to continually sell the same things over and over and over again. It's just not exciting for me. And I mean, it's just kind of, unless you're like super into it, then it's kind of like, okay, we've seen you sell 5 bluebirds before. Now, I do see this heart, when I do believe it is Westmoreland. It does not have a stamp, the little heart. And look at the little heart with the arrow through the top. That's adorable. Now, the reason I do believe it is Westmoreland is the shade of the glass as well as the feel of the glass. So we're really taking our time in here, aren't we, huh? No wonder I had to do so many edits. I know, but they're there. They're there for you in Millroy, PA. There's a whole flock of birds, a whole flock of bluebirds of happiness. You can be happy for the rest of your life. See, that was generous of me. That's what that was. That was me being generous. Now we do see this gorgeous orange. Look at that color. Isn't that lovely? Now this is a satin glass, so both the interior and the exterior are satin. Frosted. Frosted glass would be if only the exterior, and the interior would be smooth. So satin glass is when it is applied to all surfaces. Either they would do either, it would be an acid wash that would be applied to the glass, or simply by sandblasting it. Typically the satin glass is going to be, they're utilizing the acid wash to get all sides of the glass versus the sandblasting, which would be just the exterior. And here we see some little salt and pepper shakers, a little Royal Copley Ivy vase. I see that thing all of the time. I'm like, see, you're not special. You're not unique enough. Jeez, just attack the Royal Copley Ivy. And I do see this little Fenton hobnail. I love that. It's very close to Viking glass. They're calling it Amberina. I think it may have glowed. I'm not entirely sure. It would simply just depend on what year it was manufactured. Some Jeanette flash glass. Again, I see that a lot, so I don't really get excited by it. And here I see, don't worry, we're going to get to them. I know that you already saw them. Is this, look at that eyebrow. My word. Lovely. She's got her necklace. She's clutching her pearls. But she's got both of her earrings. Only $30. That was a really great deal. And yes, this is actually the second time that I have found these. Mid-century amber lucite glass with the grapes at the bottom. So I wonder if that was like a DIY kit that you could get and make yourself then. Now I do see these little cat. I do believe they are German. And the reason that it's a sugar and creamer, obviously it is missing its spoon. They remind me very much of the fair pigs. I always keep my eye out for the fair pigs. This toad, you've heard me talk about this toad, not this particular toad, but this sculpt. My grandmother actually had one, and she was a fantastic ceramics painter. So I'm always, whenever I see a toad, I knew it right away that wasn't hers. She was very talented. No bias. I mean, she really, truly was. Now, this was just like a little room all to itself. It was interesting. And of course, we're going to light it up, you guys. Boom. And of course they glow. Of course they do. Now, this covered butter dish, I was a little tempted by. It was $20. Here's the thing. I could not run a comp to save my life. My phone was not working. That little bunny, I thought maybe it might be uranium. It turned out it wasn't. So I was kind of debating about getting the butter dish. I thought, oh, let me check out the rest of the booth. some cute stuff, and then I spot it. Oh, yes, I do. This beautiful uranium vase. Now, I don't know. Yeah, you can kind of see on the top, the flower frog actually has a molded pattern into it that matches the vase itself. I loved it. I've never seen a pattern molded into a uranium flower frog. At $20, I snatched it up. Yes, I did. He paid up for it because I think it is well worth it. I think that that piece will probably sell anywhere from $60 to $75. I love it. I was excited by it. And even if it sells for 40, you know what? I doubled my money and I got something into the hands of somebody that I know is going to love and appreciate it. And I got the thrill of finding it. Now I do see, like earlier, this is a humidor. So you can see it is a bear and he's got his little pipe. Now I'm picking it up because the paint was a little too crisp for my liking. And I'm flipping it over because I'm trying to see, are we mold marked? It was heavy. It was a heavy ceramic. Now, the antique ones, I do believe it's vintage, but the antique ones were made with a much finer, a much thinner porcelain or ceramic. Now, at $5, I wasn't going to leave him behind. His aesthetics are absolutely amazing. I mean, where else are you going to find a bear smoking a pipe? I mean, if you do, let me know in the comments. I need a photo, okay? I don't know that I really want to be around a bear smoking a pipe. It might freak me out a little bit, but you know. So, like I said, he definitely was vintage. I don't believe that he is an antique humidor, but I wanted to get him nonetheless. I don't know if I'm going to keep him, if I'm going to sell him. We'll see. I really feel like I want to go back and get that one we saw earlier. So, of course, you find that one thing and you love that one thing and you're on the hunt. You're on the hunt. Do you have something else? Especially at $5. I'm like, again, that to me is a thrift store. Oh yeah. We found another one. And again, it's a banana boat, folks. You can stick your very own bananas in that banana boat. Now I'm going to start finding Ellie Smith, Moon and Stars, banana boats. They're going to start stalking me. I did edit out. I did find another string holder here. I edited it out because I was like, see, stop it. No more attention. No more attention to the string holders. Now I do find these beautiful Bristol glass, hand painted. It was $22 for the pair. You know what? I feel like I probably should have gotten them. It's one of those things where you kind of like debate it, and when you start debating it, you're like, okay, then it's not meant to be. If it's not like an immediate yes, like the humidor, it was an immediate yes. The uranium glass vase with the flower frog, immediate yes. These little made in occupied Japan, now the vendor had them listed as butlers, which they very much could have been. I wasn't a big fan of the green one because it looked like his arm was broken, but the one in the blue and the red, I really did dig him, and it was only $15 for the set. So as a collector, especially for those made in occupied Japan pieces, it definitely was a good deal. It was a good get. I just didn't really see the resale value on them, simply by virtue of them being colonial style men. I didn't think that they would be that desirable. Now this vendor, cleverly enough, had lights shining right on their fancy stuff. And I saw this gorgeous, again, I believe it is a Astoria piece in that green. A little spendy for what my purposes. And I did see this Art Deco bud vase, the blue glaze. It was at $25. Again, it's a great price for a collector. It just simply wasn't where I needed it to be as a reseller. And like I said, I am trying to behave so far as my collection goes. I don't know if you guys can hear them, but we're here at the window at night again. The crickets are out. I don't think they're out as much because it didn't rain today. But hopefully you'll be able to hear them. I like the ambient background noise, the birds, the crickets. It's calming. Oh, do you see those multicolored, the barware there? I don't see them in real life. I'm just simply seeing them in the video. That's why, because I did see this beautiful ruffled vase. She was heavy. And I said, that doesn't feel like it's the right weight. It should have been a little bit more dainty. It should have been much more delicate. It should have been thinner. The weight on it is what made me think no, as well as the price. I was like, maybe not. Now we do see this wonderful, very Art Deco, or I know, here we go. Us Art Deco fans and the mid-century fans out there, right? Who's going to claim it? Art Deco is going to claim it. Mid-century can claim it. Either or, it would definitely fit into either decor, especially that color. Again, probably would have really liked to have gotten it for resale. Unfortunately, the shipping is what's really going to keep people away from it. And then I see my favorite kind of sale, a substantial sale. Don't get me wrong, I will take 10% off, especially if the price is good and I know that I already want it. But when I see 40% off, you got my full undivided attention. And it's a good thing you do, because I don't know why, but I have really been wanting to try to find perfume bottles. I'm not keeping them, I'm selling them. It's just been a small challenge. It is $25 for the set. However, with that 40% off, phenomenal deal. The paint is in amazing condition. It is a gorgeous Art Deco vibe to it. The stoppers are in amazing condition. I most certainly take the set of those. Don't worry, I know I'm setting it back, but you know, being one-handed, 2 perfume bottles, camera in the other. And then I do see this piece, this little rhinestone-eyed bear. I'm like, what is going on with you? Look at the sparkle in those eyes. And then I turn it over and I'm like, excuse me? Goebel, West Germany, meaning that it's older than just plain old Goebel. $12, 40% off. I took it. Okay, this vendor had so much good stuff in their booth. We're going to spend a minute or two in here, actually longer than a minute or two, just because there was so much to look at. Look at this gorgeous fiberglass shade. Ooh, we had a floor lamp and a table lamp. Schmancy. I can't imagine how much that would be to cost, to ship. How much? What? I'm totally leaving in. I can't imagine how much it would cost to ship that. And then I do see these art glass swans. They're cute. They're just not fully doing it for me. I do see this urn style vase, and I picked it up and I was like, whoa, you is a heavy gal. And then I see the mark, it's imperial glass, and I'm thinking, I'm digging the color, I'm digging the weight, I'm digging the subject matter. Do you know what you have? And sure enough, look, heavy imperial, $44. Let me tell you what, that is an accurate description if I've ever seen one. Kind of freaked me out a little bit when I picked it up. I thought I was pulling up the shelf with it. And I do see this cute little satin glass, clear satin glass fairy lamp. They only had it at $12. Look, I could have gotten it. I definitely think that there was resale value on it. You can definitely see that it's almost, you saw how shiny the flowers were there. It's almost like they were decaled on. I think that the shape was very cute, very feminine. The florals were very cute, very feminine. It would have looked lovely in the right home. And that's some Westmoreland amber glass. Here's your Indiana. This is a flashed red glass. I actually just bought one of those. Yep, I did. It was flashed. I wasn't paying attention. I was like on a buying high because we were finding so much good stuff that I was like, oh, red fairy lamp. Wrong. I'm disappointed that I don't give you a better shot than this. It is a mid-century Asian. The figurines themselves are chalkware. There was a gorgeous, well, no, actually, yeah, that was not in frame. No, no, it was not. But there was a fiberglass shade behind them. Here is a beautiful example, another beautiful example of the Czechoslovakian, the enameled, the hand painted. It's beautiful, the gilding on it. I love the green. I love the intricacy of it. It's a lot. I know that it's not everybody's vibe, but that's some hard work. That is some hard work to do that. And they do have some really cute, I love that seal planter. He was priced at $25. It just, again, as a collector, I think that that is a fantastic deal. And here's some Balik up top. I would have snatched it up if I was a collector, but as a reseller, it just simply wasn't where I wanted it to be. And then I thought I saw a left in Mr. Toodles, and I have to, there are variations of it, knockoffs of it, if you will. He is stamped Japan. I did look it up to make sure that I wasn't passing, because even at 22, it would have been a phenomenal deal. It wasn't a genuine Mr. Toodles. Now, there was this interesting ceramic Poodle lamp at $26. Again, I loved the piece. I would have loved to have brought that to a live sale, but at $26, I wasn't feeling it. And then I did find, this is the first time I've ever actually found these. This is the green apple and the the yellow lemon. Well, duh. The tea bag holders. Hey, now, get your mind out of the gutter. These hold real tea bags. It was $9 for the set, so I bought them both. This adorable little boy blue planter, this little, what is it, Diaper Express planter you're about to see here. It's adorable. Samson Imports, 1962. Now, out of the corner of my eye, I spot something. They have it listed as Whistler's Mother, which is, in fact, correct. But what I am wondering if it is not by J.B. Hirsch. And J.B. Hirsch did these mixed media, so it is like a, it's a cast pot metal with like a celluloid, if you will. You'll notice the hands and the face, but I couldn't be for sure, so I did leave her there. And we're about to do our basket wrap up. So this is everything that I did find on the first floor. I think we found some really cute things. I'm really excited about the stuff we've gotten, and we'll wrap it up here in just a second. All right, guys, well, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the video here. We've only gotten through the downstairs, and we still have to go upstairs. So definitely make sure that you stay tuned for part 2. I think we're doing pretty good so far. Let's see if we can do just as good upstairs. So until next time, guys, remember, keep it rusty, keep it crusty, and keep it dusty. Bye, guys.